Alright, so my phone just came in and I got the iPhone 16 Pro Max, as you can see here. So let's just dive into the unboxing of this, and then I'll share some of my initial thoughts that I have with this phone. Oh, let's see if we could get this out. Alright, so I got the Desert Titanium, as you can see right here, and let's just take it outside of the box. Inside of the box you have the braided cables to charge and transfer data with this, and then along with that you just have two stickers, and that's all that you get with the iPhone 16 Pro this year. I'll probably be using this, and then here we have the phone itself, and let's just turn this around to show you guys on camera. And this is how the phone looks. I mean, it looks same like last year, but let me just turn this on. Alright, with both phones in hand, there's not much of a weight difference between these two phones. I mean, this is a little bit larger, but I can't even tell the difference in weight of these two phones. And then when I turn these side by side, we could obviously see that there's actually a button which is attached to the new 16 Pro Max. And I know Apple is not calling this a button, but trust me, when you press this, it actually responds like a click. So I'm just gonna say this is a button. However, Apple doesn't really call it a button. And just look at the side-by-side comparison. One thing to mention is that the screen size on the 16 Pro Max is a little bit larger than the 15 Pro Max. Not a huge size difference, with this being 6.69 inches and this being actually 6.9 inches. So not a huge difference in the size of the screen. But apart from that, this is actually how they both look together. Still looks premium, but I'm getting a little bit tired of the design of this. But after, let me just turn this phone on and let's just look at some of the features and my first impressions of these two devices, or this new device that I have here. Alright, after setting up this phone, I ran some benchmark tests on this phone just to see how the results with the Geekbench would stack up with the previous year of the iPhone 15 Pro Max. And while there are improvements, I don't think any of the improvements that I've seen are big, significant, game-changing improvements. But for those of you who are interested, here are the numbers. We're seeing a modest performance boost in comparison to the 15 Pro Max, but nothing that is truly drastic that will blow the 15 Pro Max out of the water. So if you already own the 15 Pro, the speed difference isn't significant enough for me to actually make the recommendations that you should upgrade to this particular model. And after a few hours of usage, the changes are barely noticeable. It's not like we're getting something like a jump to 120 Hertz refresh rate or anything that is quite transformative. Now I kind of want to shift my focus a little bit more over to the software of things, and I believe this is where it might get a little bit blurry for most people. So if you tuned into the Apple event that they released like a couple weeks ago, they did mention something in their keynote, which is the Apple Intelligence feature, and this is something that is not quite on this current phone that I am showing you guys here. And what they mentioned with this particular feature on the keynote, that will get features like Genmoji or image pregame, or even something like personalized images using AI. Those are some of the features that were mentioned, and the one that I particularly like was the stumble feature that Siri would have. So if you're talking to Siri and you actually stumble over the words, it could actually recognize what you're actually trying to say. But I make the point that this phone that I actually have right here does not have those features, and this is where I believe we're kind of getting a half-baked product. But Apple did make the point that they will be rolling out these features over the next couple of months, and that's why I said there's really no rush to actually get this particular model. And I'll be doing a later testing or a full testing. Look out for the full day in the life of this. But as for now, this Apple Intelligence feature isn't quite on this phone to the full capacity in which it needs to be done. Now, one of the biggest physical changes on this year's model of the iPhone is what I would considered to be the button, well, along with the new screen size, but the button is also important, and this button is primarily dedicated to the usage of the camera app. And just wanting to point out that this button will also be accessible to other third-party applications. So if you're someone that uses Snapchat or whatever the case is, those applications will be able to use the functionality of this button. And since I've been trying to test this button out, it is quite unique. I want to say, when you actually put your hand, when you press this button down, it doesn't give you like a full button click press, but you could feel the haptic feedback that I think is enabled in this button, where you could feel the feedback on your finger. And the usage of this is pretty cool. I'm quite sure that many people who take a lot of photos or videos will be able to utilize the functionality of this button. I'm still getting used to this, but I'm curious to see like how people who create content, especially from their phone itself, will be able to maximize the functionality on this. But so far, the functionality of this button looks pretty cool. I kind of like it. I like the UI design of it. It fits the Apple aesthetic, and I must say, like, I probably will be using this a lot. But if this is the only feature that you actually want to upgrade your phone for, shame on you. Oh, and before I forget, I feel like the placement on this button is also a little bit weird. Like having it right here sometimes just creates a problem. It's not like it is up here where your thumb is, where you could actually just click it and, you know, scroll with your thumb or whatever it is. I'm not sure why Apple didn't have it a little bit higher. Even I feel like the action button is a little bit too high, and especially with the screen size of this, it's a little bit larger, so your fingers will be stretching all over the screen. And another thing that I realized, that since I've been using this larger screen size, is that I accidentally keep on pressing on the edges of the screen. So I'll be in an app or accidentally close through an application. I feel like because of the thinner bezels on this phone, along with the screen size or whatever the case is, I always keep on, like, I'll be in an application and I accidentally either come in or click something in the application. So for me, it will take a little bit of getting used to, and I'm pretty sure with a case phone on this, that might reduce that, but I'm not sure as yet. But as I said, stay tuned. I'll be doing a lot more review on this phone, especially as some of the Apple Intelligent features begins to roll out. I'll be testing out those. And just for the fun of it, here are some photos compared with the 16 Pro Max along with the 15 Pro Max. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Take a good look at these photos and the comparison, and see if you could actually figure out which model took the photos. I'm interested to know if you guys see a major difference in the photo quality of this phone. But here are the photos after 3, 2, 1. Here are the results. Let me know if you were actually right with the model phone that you chose with the particular photo. So let me know in the comment section below. Might as well show you guys how the front facing camera on this looks as well, and let me know also how does the audio sound coming out of this 16 Pro Max. I'm just walking around here at my local park, but let me know in the comment section below how does the video quality on this looks. And as I pointed out, I'll be doing a comparison with the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL, so please stay tuned for that video as well. Alright, and I feel like that wraps up this video. This is probably a short one. I wanted to quickly release the video, and I'm so upset that I was not able to release this video a little bit earlier. The UPS guy took like 2 days to actually deliver my package. On Friday, I saw like the guy was like 5 minutes down the street on their tracker app that UPS has, and I said, okay, let me get ready, set up everything to do my recording. And like 2-3 hours after, you know, I'm still there, you know, planning out my day. Okay, I need to record this video, and probably like 5 o'clock I got a message from UPS that says that they're unable to deliver. You know, they come back the next day, and then they came back the next day when nobody, at the time when no one was at home. So unfortunately I didn't get that phone on that day, and then it segued into like 3 days after. So I'm doing my best. I'll be doing a lot more videos on this, so if you're new to this channel, please stay tuned. I want to do a comparison with the Google Pixel 9 XL Pro, since these two phones just got released, and I know a lot of folks like the Google 9 Pixel. So just to have the comparison with these two phones, stay tuned, subscribe, like, share your thoughts in the comment section below. And I feel like that wraps it up for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. God bless. Supply.